We're going to work on sewing the neck with a running stitch. Okay, and as you can see, I've already tied a knot right here. That's all you really need to do, and I'll show you again how to do it. You just punch your needle through, leave 2 inches, and then tie it together. Okay, double knot it. Then you're going to try to go around in a circle all the way around the circumference of your sock creature. You're not, after this knot, going to make any other knots until the very, very end. Okay, that's the last step. But you need to listen closely. So what you're going to do is you're doing the running stitch. The running stitch, you're just going in and out, just like you're pinning a piece of material. So just like that. You're not going to make any other loops. You're not going to make any other knots. You're just going to pull straight through. You need to pay attention to this. It's very easy to get off track. If you need to, what you can do is take a pencil or maybe a yellow, something very close to whatever your sock color you're using, and you can draw a straight line very lightly around the circumference of your sock. So double check. It's very hard for you to see, and that's the point. Okay, you can kind of see the yellow right there. Okay, there's where I began. Then I'm going to look at where I'm drawing. I'm going to hold that. Continue to draw a straight line. And I'm going to double check. I'm checking against here to see if my line is going straight across. Okay, and if you need to, you can go ahead and draw a line from there. And there you go. So now you have a nice yellow line. Do a very light color. Then zoom out a little bit. Again, I'm going to do the running stitch. I'm just going to push it through. You can take a chunk of it. You need to have it be no more than a centimeter of fabric that you're going through at one time. If you're going through like a huge chunk like that, that's not really going to work too well. It's not going to tighten the way you want it. It's not going to go around in a nice, neat circle. So again, just do about half a centimeter of fabric for each of those. Now I'm using a dark thread so that you can actually see my stitches. You do not need to use a dark thread. You can use a contrasting color. You can use something that stands out really interesting, so you could use neon thread on black fabric. Complementary colors are great, so if you have orange socks you can use blue thread. I'm staying on my line. You see that I'm going all the way across. If you don't make a line, sometimes it can be a little tough to see where you're going. You need to really watch where you're going. If you don't draw a line, go ahead and put your finger over here so that you can make a line of sight, okay, from where you're stitching to here. From where you are to the end. Okay. There we go. Now you can do this method for multiple things. I mean, you don't just have to use it to make a head. You can make other things with it. You just need to be creative. Okay, so now that I've gotten to the end, now you're going to hold your sock creature in one hand. You're going to take your thread, and as I'm going to pull very gently. If you start pulling really tough and rough and just jerk it, you're going to break the string. So thread your fingers around a little bit and pull. I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 fingers here so that way I don't hurt it. I'm going to hold this so I can get a better pull. Okay, now here's the tricky part. I've got to hold this down and keep it tight. So I'm going to use my undominant hand to keep it kind of tight. Then I'm going to take my needle and thread and I'm going to push it through some fabric. And I'm going to go, there's like a loop right here. I'm just going to go ahead and go through that loop. It just makes it a lot easier. Okay, and then I'm going to hold that down and I'm going to go ahead and go that's not what I want. Go through that piece of fabric. Go through that thread if you can get it. There you go. If you get a little bit sock too, that's fine. I'm going to go through that loop, pull, okay, and then it usually stays. Now, if you want it tighter than that, what you can do is before you tighten it, you can just go ahead and take your string, wrap it around. You can do that like twice if you want. It just makes it nice and tight. And then you can go ahead and tie a knot and finish it off. Okay. So now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and clip it. Now if you're unsatisfied with the line and it's all wonkety and everything, you can go back and you can fix it. I'm cutting off the excess. The reason why I put the knot on the side is so that way it's not on the front to where it like shows up really bad. Also, people look at the back of your sock too. If you're not happy with the stuffing inside your head, something that you can do is you can create a little hole where you know you're going to put ears or something, and just stuff some more stuffing in there. And that's pretty much it.